Hey guys, my name's Chris. I just want to tell you what I believe is happening in the United States of America as far as what you saw last year and what you're seeing this year. The disunity in the country. The country, pretty much up until last year was a very united country. Over the past 4 or 5 years, we're starting to see a lot of polarization between the two parties, not being able to agree on things. And then last year, it really got out of control with the masks, the rioting, and the division. So here's what I want to share. There's a scripture in Proverbs, and it says, "The king's heart is like channels of water in the hands of the Lord. He turns it whichever way he chooses." So here's what I want to say is that um, God previously had turned the people's hearts of the nation of America in general, of course, not everyone, towards a common, common good, common goal, common set of rules. And now you are seeing people turning against each other inside this country. Um, Fortunately, 2021 we have not seen as much. But last year you saw rioting all over I mean, people throwing rocks through windows, burning stuff down. And there's another scripture in Daniel 2. It's Daniel 2, verse 21, I believe. It says he changes times and seasons. So God changes times, right? Nations rise, nations fall. So that's what I believe you're seeing now is that God is turning people's hearts. There's mask, no mask, even people that were, of the same bond or the same unity uh, before the coronavirus. Some people say, "Oh, you don't need that." Some people say, "Oh, you need that." And I'm not here to advocate for you need that or you don't need that. Like what you do is your business. But I'm just saying, like all this division, and now there's division with the vaccine. You know, some people think you shouldn't get it. Some people think you should get it. It's more division. So I do believe this is God is shaking things. I do believe that we need to hold strong and hold close to Jesus because he's unshakable. But I do believe that that's why this is happening. It's happening in other parts of the world too. Um, I can't really compare. Is it worse here than other parts of the world? But I believe that's what you're seeing. I do believe that the nation is decaying rapidly. And I did have a vision of a crumbling block. The block was crumbling on the left hand side of the block, a stone block, and it was crumbling. I saw that last year. And I do believe God was telling me that that is the nation of America. Now, I don't, obviously, I don't wish. I've lived here all my life, I've had a good life. But again, God changes times and seasons. So we should be able to know if God's changing things. And Ecclesiastes says there's a time for everything. If you read chapter 3, verse 1 to 8, it says there is a time for everything. So this is a time of change. I do believe we're rapidly going into tribulation period. Um, and in no way am I saying that the tribulation has started or it's going to start tomorrow, but we're seeing the rise of Russia militarily. We've seen that with um, Ukraine. Putin put like 100,000 troops on the border and then he bluffed. And then you're also seeing South China Sea and Taiwan. That's shaking, and the United States is continuing to print money. And at some point, it's gonna go. Like hyperinflation's already here. And if you think about it too, the government gave all these PPP loans. Well, that's the same thing as printing money. So, kind of. Um, but I would just say, stay prayed up. Maybe you feel alone. Maybe you see the things going on. But I don't think things are going back to normal in America. Like January 2020, things are not going to be like that again. I do believe the nation of America is under judgment of God. The Biden administration is also turning its back on Israel. Not an about face, but they are meeting with Hamas leaders and, um, Genesis 12, I think it's like Genesis 12:3 maybe. It says that those that bless Israel will be blessed. And other thing too, you're seeing Congo volcano erupted, Alaska volcano erupted. I don't think it erupted, but smoke started coming up. It was like a big earthquake in China, 7.4 recently. Before that, there was a 6.4. Then there was a 7.4. I read. So we know that the signs are here. We know if you're awake. We've had a blood moon. We just had a blood moon. I believe there's another one in June as well. So I read an article on 360, like Israel 365 or something. It used to be Breaking Israeli News. They changed the name of it, and it said something like, blood moon is a sign of war. So yeah, I would just say stay prayed up, and I don't really know what else. It's just like we can't slow down the times that we're living in, but I do believe we're racing into them. Like when that plague hit last year, that was the beginning of like it was like the accelerator, on the it just seems like things are changing so fast. So, anyways, I hope y'all are good, and that's my word for today. Blessings.